Hey, everybody, I'm Mike. Grab your favorite drink, pull up a deck chair. It's time for the Lido Report. Oh, yeah. Today, we've got three stories that I think every cruiser is going to have an opinion on. Carnival just made a pretty big change to Celebration Key before it even opens. Disney Cruise Line is warning guests about an upcoming system outage, and one princess ship literally had to skip a Greek port because there isn't any room left. Let's dive in. If you've been looking forward to Celebration Key, this story is actually a much bigger deal than it might sound. Carnival has announced it's expanding Celebration Key by adding another pier before the destination even officially opens. That means instead of accommodating two ships at a time, they're planning for four. Now, at first glance, that sounds like fantastic news, right? More ships mean more people get to experience Carnival's brand new private destination. And if you're one of the people trying to book a cruise there, this is probably increases your chances. But here's where I started thinking one of the biggest selling points of a private destination is that it feels private, relaxed, exclusive. So when you double the number of ships, you also double the number of passengers. And that's what I'm curious what you guys think. Would you rather visit a beautiful island with one or two ships in port, or are you perfectly okay sharing it with four? Personally, I'm optimistic. Carnival has obviously spent a lot of money designing Celebration Key. I don't think they'd make this move unless they believe that they could genuinely handle the crowds. But, and I'm definitely interested to see what those first few months look like once thousands and thousands of people start arriving every day. Because let's be honest, most of us don't dream about spending our vacation waiting in line. Although, if you've ever tried Guy's Burgers at noon, you already know what I'm talking about. So now here's my question for you. Would bigger capacity make you more likely to book on Celebration Key or less likely? Let me know down in the comments because I honestly want to hear both sides. Now, speaking of things that don't always go according to plan, let's talk about Disney. If you got a Disney cruise coming up, you're going to want to know about this one. Disney Cruise Line has announced and planned a system outage that will temporarily affect several online services. Now, before anyone panics, this isn't a security breach. Nobody hacked Mickey. This is a scheduled maintenance. But during that maintenance window, guests have been having trouble accessing reservations and also managing bookings and purchasing cruises or other online services until everything comes back online. And honestly, I appreciate Disney giving everyone advance notice because we've all done this before. You try logging in, it doesn't work. You refresh, still doesn't work. You restart your browser, then you restart your computer, and then somehow you convince yourself the Wi Fi is broken, only to discover the website was down the whole time. So, if you're sailing Disney in the near future, just don't wait until the very last minute to take care of everything online because Murphy's Law says that's exactly when the maintenance window is going to begin. So, let's be honest, vacation planning is stressful enough. You don't need technology deciding to join the party. All right, let's move to a story that every cruiser has probably imagined happening, but hopes never happens on their vacation. Imagine this. You've spent months planning your cruise. You've watched YouTube videos up the wazoo. You've researched every restaurant. You've already decided exactly where you're taking that perfect photo in Greece. And then your captain makes the announcement. Unfortunately, we won't be visiting today's scheduled port. That's exactly what happened aboard Sun Princess because of heavy congestion. There simply wasn't room for the ship to dock as planned. Instead, the ship continued on to Italy. Now, here's something newer cruisers sometimes don't realize cruise itineraries are not guaranteed. They're planned routes. Weather changes, mechanical issues change, operational issues change, and sometimes there just isn't anywhere left to park a ship. I mean, these aren't Honda Civics, they're floating cities. And when every berth is occupied, someone has to keep sailing. Now, would I be disappointed? Absolutely, especially if it was a port I'd been dreaming about visiting. But here's the thing. One of the reasons I love cruising is because unexpected things happen, and sometimes that becomes the best memories. Let's be honest. Maybe you discover a port you'd never planned on seeing. Maybe you get an extra sea day. Maybe you spend the afternoon sitting on your balcony watching the Mediterranean instead of rushing through another excursion. Sometimes the best part of cruising is remembering you're already on vacation. And if you've got a cruise coming up and you'd like to meet other passengers before you ever step on board, check out Deckmate. It's a free, cool social app built specifically for cruisers. You can see who's on your same ship. You can join group chats, post to the ship's feed, and this blows the Facebook groups out of the water, guys. And did I mention it's completely free? I'll leave the link down in the description below. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a port canceled? Did it ruin your trip? Or did it end up making the cruise even better? Let's hear your story below because I have a feeling we've got some good ones out there. So, what do you think? Is Carnival making the right move by doubling Celebration Key's capacity? Would you rather have fewer people or more opportunities to visit? If you were sailing Disney, would you be the person planning ahead or would you remember 5 minutes before the website goes offline? And finally, if your dream port got canceled, would it ruin your cruise or would you just grab another frozen drink and make the best of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments because I read every single one of them. And if you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss next week's episode of the Lido Report. Oh, yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.